How do you stop a pawn storm attack? That is a very good question, and in this video, I'm going to answer that question. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can stop a pawn storm attack. Now, very many chess players have asked that question. In fact, I have been asked that question, and I have also asked that question many times. And it has been quite puzzling as to what the answer would be for some time. But recently, I discovered the answer, or at least a really good answer and a really good method to stop a pawn storm attack. And this is not, a method that would work for 1 or 2 games. No, this is a method that would work for most of your games. It is essentially a universal way to stop pawn storm attacks, and it's a really good defensive technique. I think that too many people focus on the pawn storm attack and how you should just, rush down the board with your pawns and checkmate. And very few people actually focus on how to defend against such an attack. And most people's responses are, well, you should just make sure that your attack gets there faster. Well, that's not really a good answer, because what if your attack isn't going to get there faster? Or what if you really don't have much of an attack yet and you're still working on that? And you just need a way to neutralize your opponent's attack so that you could have time for your attack to be successful. And that makes a lot of sense. So in this video, I'm going to answer that question for everyone. How do you stop a pawn storm attack? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this game. This game was taken from the 1966 World Chess Championship, and it was played between Tigran Petrosian and Boris Spassky. Now we are going to look at this game from Petrosian's perspective because he played a really amazing sequence of moves that stopped Spassky's pawn attack. Tigran Petrosian does have the black pieces here, and he just calmly plays castle. Now Tigran Petrosian does have really good attacking prospects on the king side because he has managed to open up the g file. But as we can see here, Spassky has this really awesome queenside pawn attack, and really, if Petrosian does nothing about that, then Spassky could, look to open up maybe the c file, the b file, or the a file, and use his rooks and his bishops and basically come crashing through on Petrosian's castled king. So we really don't want that to happen, and there is a very good way that Petrosian can stop Spassky's attack here. So go ahead and take a few moments, study this position, and see what black should play here to completely stop Spassky's attack. Alrighty, the first move is simply to play c4. It shuts down the c file, so you have one file that's locked up, and it attacks the bishop, so the bishop must move. Now, of course, if Petrosian were to play a move like rook out to g8, then Spassky could play either a5 or maybe b5 first and open up some files and go after the king. So we really don't want that to happen. Even if just one file opens up, it's not good if we can stop it from happening. So here, Petrosian, this is really awesome. He simply plays a6. This way, if Spassky were to play a5, Petrosian can simply sidestep that with b5 and completely lock up the game. And if Spassky were to play b5, then we have a5. And this is a really awesome technique that you can use in any game. Now notice that if there was another pawn over here on c6, and if Petrosian had 3 pawns here, then it really wouldn't work, because Spassky could simply play b5, and if there was an extra pawn on c6, then 2 pawns would be under attack, and you would not be able to completely close up the position, because either pawn would be captured. Like, for example, if the c4 pawn was on c6 instead, then either the c file or the a file would be opened up. But if you have only 2 pawns, then you can sidestep. If you have 3 pawns, then you need to push one of the pawns up the board, which is what Petrosian did, and now you can sidestep. So that is a really awesome technique that you can use to neutralize your opponent's attack and then go on to win the game. And in fact, here Spassky did not know what to do, so he just played king out to h1 because he can't attack, and then Spassky brought the rooks over to the g file and just completely crushed Spassky because Spassky has no counterplay here. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.